What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're trying something a bit different in Standard 2022. We're going with Giants. And I bring this up because we've tried a few different versions in the past and they weren't that good, but I figured, you know what? Let's take a look and see what they look like whenever we have a more condensed card pool and fewer things that we're concerned about going against. And I think all the parts are there that we can actually play a reasonable deck, but there's only one way to find out, and that's what we're here to do. So let's go take a look at that deck list. Now, in all reality, the toughest part about playing Giants is that everything's so costly. So you have to find ways to offset those costs and have enough early removal or just early spells to let you find the land you need or whatever, so you don't miss those land drops and you can consistently play the card you want when you get to turns, 5, 6, 7. So that's what we're kind of building this around, and we're starting at the top with the Frostbite because it's some of the best removal we can have for 1 mana. And a lot of times you're going to have to use this to pick off 1 or 2 just what are going to feel like insignificant creatures, but preventing that damage early on is going to be a big deal. Then we're playing at Glimpse the Cosmos. I toyed around with different numbers on this. I don't think I ever played less than 3. I actually ended up going to 4. It's just really efficient, and when you're trying to just find the lands you need or find that sweeper or whatever, this just really does do the job. Then we're playing 2 Royal Eruption, and this was a late addition, so I don't know if the first couple of games I played with this had this in the list, but the later ones definitely do. And the reason being is if you just wanted, well, really 2 things. The first is that we wanted to make sure we had another option for early removal. Just being able to pick off another creature or 2 and just buy yourself time is really good. It's also another thing that could hit Planeswalkers, but it does let you have 5 damage later. I mean, and sometimes you need to kill a big dragon. Sometimes you just need to go 5 to the face, right, for 7 mana. We normally get to 7, so why not? We were giving it a go. Invasion of the Giants, this is another one that when we talk about having some cheap spells, this one's pretty good. The downside is, the first chapter is really good, the third chapter is really good. The second one's kind of poopy. You do get to draw a card, but really you're just dealing 2 damage to the opponent most of the time, and that's not all that exciting. But getting to reduce costs on a creature is really big, especially when you're in a situation where maybe you could play one of your creatures for 2 mana and still do something else on that turn. Possibly remove something with, say, Royal Eruption or whatever, right? That's a pretty strong play, so it does open up some doors there. We're playing 3 of those. We're playing 2 Shatter Skull Charger, and I'm just giving it a go. It's a giant. It's a thing we can play after sweepers with haste to deal 5 damage, so that's awesome, because there are a ton of sweepers being played in the format right now. You can make it to where it's a 4 toughness, which is a big deal. And that's a lot going for it. And the fact that it tramples at least guarantees we can get some amount of damage. Especially if you have something like a Calamity Bearer out where you're getting double damage anyway. That's really, really nice. Actually, I just realized Calamity Bearer says when Sorcery Control will deal damage to a permanent or player, it doubles that damage. So that's actually pretty sweet. So with Trample, you kind of get a lot of use out of that card. Anyway, continuing on, we have Agar the Freezing Flame. This is another reason, too, that Royal Eruption's nice, right? It's another burn spell that can result in you getting an additional card. Not a ton, but, we probably get a card off of this every other game or every third game, but we usually don't get more than 1 card off of it. But otherwise, it's a 3/3 for 3 that has a possible upside, and it's one of the few cheap giants you can actually play. Prismari Command. I think we had 4 in the early list and eventually broke this down to 3, and I don't hate it. I think it's really good. It can let you filter your cards to find stuff you need. It can get treasure, which can ramp you up. It can kill an early creature if you need to. It's doing a lot of things for this deck. It really is. So love that card. Calamity Bearer, like we just mentioned earlier, is a 3/4 for 4. All of our giants get to deal double damage. So nothing wrong with that. Same thing with Quakebringer. It's a 5 mana 5/4. Opponents can't gain life, which is big. But it does also have the ability during your upkeep, if it's in play or in your graveyard, if you control another giant, it gets to do 2 damage to each opponent. It does have Foretell, which is nice because it does allow you to play this for 4. So not bad to be able to play a 4 mana 5/4, if the situation comes up. Playing 2 Squash. I'm not really sure how I feel about this card. I think it's just fine. It's another thing where you can get some extra damage from Agar. 6 mana normally takes out any Planeswalker. It's one of those things. It can be cheap removal, so we're going for it. Battle of Frost and Fire, this is integral to the deck, being able to deal 4 damage to non-giant creatures. It does let you scry for 3, which is huge, and then whenever you cast something that costs 5 or more, you get to draw 2 cards. So it's doing a lot. And then one Alrund's Epiphany, just because it's Alrund's Epiphany, and we had a spot. We did, I believe, in the early list have 2 Epiphanies and 1 or 2. I think it was 1 of the 7/7 giants that bounce things back to your hand, or non-giants. But it was just kind of a struggle having so many expensive cards already and trying to get to cast that regularly. So we ended up playing without it, I think, on the back few games and doing just fine. I have Shatter Skull Smashing, 2 of those, because they're good. Like, if you don't know what Shatter Skull Smashing is at this point, I'm sorry. But it doubles as a land as well, which is pretty big in here. And then the rest of the way, we've got 7 snow-covered islands, 8 snow-covered mountains, 4 Riverglide Pathway, and 3 Faceless Havens. The thing is here, we couldn't afford for any of the lands to come into play tap, because you just have to be able to cast things on 4, 5, and 6. So we didn't play with any of the tap lands. We also aren't playing any of the Hall of the Storm Giants, though it would make a lot of sense. We just went with more of the Snowland, so we decided to play Faceless Havens. We could even go to a 4th Faceless Haven, but 3 is probably fine for now, because we do have a lot of instances where we need to get like double red and something to be able to do what we need. So yeah, overall, that's the deck. Like always, we're going to go play some games, and at the end of the games, we're going to do a recap on what we would replace, if anything, and then we'll have a card spotlight for you. Oh man, we just draw all these expensive things. I'm going to mulligan. I got to have at least some. There we go. Something that costs cheap removals, what we needed. The Cyclone Summoner is going back in the deck. Apparently nothing is the answer. Great. I did find the one we can foretell. Which is cool, because till they know what you're playing, they're going to assume that's either like a counter or an Epiphany or something like that. But nope, it's just a Quakebringer. So I think we have to put this Riverglide Pathway on the backside, so we have red mana. And go ahead and just play Aegir, and then hope we draw land to play the Quakebringer. I think is going to be our game plan here. The only downside is the black-white deck has access to Vanishing Verse, which means Quakebringer likely won't even hit the graveyard, but one can hope. It's possible that with that logic, we could lead with the Calamity Bearer first, see if they remove that or not, and then play the Quakebringer. Okay, opponent's still there. They're highlighting their land. All right, there we go. Like I say, they were still doing things. All right. Go and play that out there. Not too much we can do here, really, if we don't draw land. I mean, we could Frostbite and we'd still get a card out of it, so that's kind of nice. But that's about all we're going to be able to do, I think. Which is a little bit disappointing, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to make adjustments to this after this game. Because these cards are not cutting it, to say the least. Okay, let's kill that. We get a card. It was not a land. I don't even know if I need to leave this up for something. I'm going to go ahead and do this, though, because I think we just, if we can get a land, we need to hit it. Put one into our hand. Well, I guess it might as well just be the island. And then we can just flash this back. Get a Faceless Haven. Attack for 3. Okay, that was a pretty productive turn. Opponent is doing nothing here, huh? Alright, try to attack. Do you want to kill it? Huh, okay. Well, I guess we'll try this, because if it gets countered, it goes to the yard, and we still get something out of it. Oh, just a soul shatter. But it still goes to the yard. And that's all we care about. Ooh, Kaya. That sucks. That's not cool. Alright, well, we're gonna activate this. We will, I think, attack Kaya, then play Agar. I was kind of gonna squash Kaya and attack for 4, but I think this is better. Attack Kaya. And then get another creature down. Because we have access to, like, activate Faceless Save and play Quash, like, or Squash anytime. Quash is a different card. That's actually a blue card from, Urza's Legacy? Urza's Destiny. Alright. What do we do here? We go, let's start with this. And then we can, oh, no counter. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. So I assume we're gonna wipe the board here. They get Kaya back. Yep. We Auron's Epiphany. Oh, they're not getting Kaya back. Interesting. Huh. Well, I guess we're not getting Kaya back. That's game, right? Because we just Epiphany? Oh, actually, no, that won't be it. Let's see. We can Epiphany. Then our next turn, activate Faceless Haven. We could shoot that out of the way, but that's only 6. We would actually need some way to get this into play and still attack. Which, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? I'm going to do this. Okay, I was thinking maybe there's an off chance we could have made something else out of that, but doesn't appear to be the case. Let's activate. I don't even know. Maybe I just put this into play and attack for 2 and then leave this to try to kill the opponent. Oh, actually, never mind. Never mind, never mind. We can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, no, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. I was thinking, what I was thinking is I had enough to activate, or I mean to play the Calamity Bearer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I would be able to activate the Faceless Haven, which I could, but then I'd have no more land. I was thinking I would have one more. Boy. Man. I don't know how to go about this. Putting the opponent to 2 feels a little greedy. If they block, they go to 6. But then they have to kill our Calamity Bearer. And then we have a Quash. I mean, I don't know what's right here. I really don't. I'm just going to play this. I mean, they have to block or they die. So they go to 6. If they have another sweeper, it's unfortunate, but is what it is. If they... Okay, Doomscar. Alright. That's not the worst thing, I guess. Ooh. Don't think we need another one of those. I mean, Soul Shatter's gonna suck, but We're not going to not attack. Oh, they don't have anything. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Well, we know we have lethal on top now. Let's see what the opponent decides to do. That's not going to cut it. And we can reveal a card from our hand. Deal 2 damage to an opponent. All right. Well, we'll reveal... Oh, actually, no, I can't. Reveal a giant card. Don't have a giant card. All right. Well, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do this first, just to see if the opponent has a negate. All right. Deal 2 and draw 2. Not that it matters. That a test of talents. Well. We tried. Still got the most we could out of that. We can't be too upset about it. All right, opponent. What are you going for here? Probably... Oh, no, they're just going to get the Planeswalker back. That is unfortunate, because it does mean they could get Kaya back. We could kill Kaya, but then they block and still get a 1/1. So that's pretty unfortunate.
I just want to get in, get out, and finish the job.
Ooh, wait, are they going to exile one of our enchantments? I was going to say, if they do that, oh, that was about to be huge. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I guess we keep Calamity Bearer up. Battle of Frost and Fire. I'm going to assume we don't need that. We probably don't need the Battle of Frost and Fire, but I'm leaving it because of the Scry. Alright. Sadly, that's also going to go back to their hand, but, you know, what are we going to do about it? Nothing.
I'm just gonna fade
out. Alright. Yep. Sounds about right. One, two, three, four, five. We also have the ability to now, we can sweep the board with the other Battle of Frost and Fire and still attack for 4. So that's a thing to keep in mind. So we have actual outs here. Ugh, they're going to get it back. Oh my gosh.
There's no job too tough.
Please get rid of that. Please get rid of that. I wouldn't even be mad about it. Nope, they're not. Okay, so it does make things a little more complicated. Especially since they have another Confront the Past, they can keep getting their Planeswalker back here. Good news, I guess, if we want to call it that, is that we can play this. Unfortunately, we don't get the bonus from the Battle of Frost and Fire. If they don't have a removal, we do at least force Kaya to get rid of this. And then we'll be able to kill everything, leaving them with the 1/1. We attack. And then that would be it, so... Let's see what's going on. They probably just have a Vanishing Verse at this point, though. Maybe. I mean, I can't imagine with 3 cards, one of those doesn't kill something since they haven't had to use anything in a bit. Kaya? Oh, maybe they're more Test of Talents, though, to be honest. Maybe that's the issue. Alright, so Kaya gets rid of that. I mean, we're going to have to deal with Kaya again, so that's a real problem, but... I mean, we can only do what we can do, you know? Alright. They must have absolutely nothing in hand. Because this is like an automatic attack. So this kind of says they're afraid of us having some type of extra removal or whatever. which is good for us. I mean, that's them just saying they really don't have anything. All right, I guess we take our turn. I mean, we already knew what we were drawing. This was all part of the plan. And if they have the hard counter, they've got it. I don't know that they do, though. I mean, they are going to get another spirit, so they will still have something to block with here. So, unfortunately, this is not a lethal turn. As much as I would like for it to be.
Well, I guess I got in.
I mean, truth be told, they may even have another spot removal card here. Yep, looks like they found something. Nope, they're just blocking. Okay. Wow, no other sacrifice card. Like, what's going on here? I mean, again, they get to replay Professor and play Kaya, and, you know, we're going to see this all over again. Ooh, Loth. That's a much bigger problem.
Come closer, little thing.
Yeah, because now I can't imagine. Their hand has to be some amount of counters, because nothing, they haven't removed anything, they haven't countered anything, so it has to be something that stops like an instant or a sorcery, whatever. Our only real play here would be to back-to-back giants, so like they can only kill one, but even then it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think we're dead here. I think we're just dead. This has been a long-ass game. I mean, alright. This doesn't help us, but sure. 2, 3, 4. So we could kill both of those, but then we don't have enough to activate to attack. So that's unfortunate. What's our best play? We could activate 1, 2, 3, our land. Use 1 blue. I mean, we can literally just look to see if we can find a... I think this is all we can do. We're generally just going to be looking only for a Prismari command. We're going to recast this. Ah, it wasn't there. Invasion of the Giants would have been nice, but it's too far down. Yeah, we're dead now, I think. Unfortunate, but I think that's the pain. I mean, I guess the plus side is we could kill both planeswalkers, but I think this is going to run into another test of talents or something. If I were just guessing. Pretty sure that's the case. Alright, opponent went to 1. I mean, they obviously have counter backup, or they wouldn't be doing this. Like, they have no fear of us shooting them. So that doesn't shock me. Alright. So, in a way, we need to get... We still can find a Prismari command, because we'd be able to kill both Planeswalkers, or attempt to. Then they counter. Then we try to play the Prismari command. I think is our only real outs here. There's also, let's see, we could 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that wouldn't do it. I was thinking maybe kill both of these and then attack, but like that doesn't really get us there either. But in a way, if they counter it, they're also kind of doing us a favor. Ooh. Ooh, that's a thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still would not have enough to activate the other one, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, wouldn't have quite enough. Damn it. Ooh, so close, so close, so close. I think we still do it, though. And, I mean, maybe? Maybe? Alright, I guess we gotta try. I mean, if it's countered, it's countered. They don't seem to be playing real creature counters, though. I mean, we're resetting their planeswalkers, which sucks, but it also gets a counter off the professor, gets rid of the 2 tokens. All right. I think we just end the turn. Depending on how they play their cards out, it's possible. They had the Vanishing Verse anyway. Gosh dang it. Okay, well, that takes that out of play. Well, now we're just going to be staring at 2 planeswalkers and some tokens and a thing again. Because they can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And still play the other one. Yep. So we're going to be back to that. Yep. There's a Lolth.
Are you enraptured by...
This has been the most brutal, long game. How many cards does the opponent have left? They still have a bunch of cards left. So this game's forever from over. And they're probably not going to play the Kaya here, just so they can leave counter mana up. Still, though, I think we could attempt to kill Lolth. And they might try to protect it. That's not going to matter. Sadly. Whew. That's the worst. I know that's exactly what's happening here, and there's not a damn thing we can do about it. If we activate an attack, they double block one of them, they single block the other, they put all the counters on the Lolth. And that's assuming they don't actually have a real removal for our Faceless Haven. I think our plan, for the most part, is still try to get a Prismari command for the last chunk of damage here. And get them to counter by just targeting the planeswalkers. So you obviously want us to block, right? Well, no, because if we turn this into a creature, then they can just sacrifice the other token and hit it. It's like, not worth it to do it on their turn. Good play by the opponent, though. Because in most cases, you'd want to just block, but then they'd be able to kill off our Faceless Haven. They don't really have a good way to do that otherwise, it seems like. Outside of something like Soul Shatter. And as it is, Lolth really doesn't do anything else for them here. Without creatures dying. And they're being very careful. They don't want to spend any mana here. So I'm assuming one of these face down cards is a counter, which counters spells. It's either a negate or a test of talents. So my hope is we can draw the Prismari command so that we can spend however much we need to spend to try to target the two planeswalkers, forcing them to counter, and then we can just shoot them. I think that's the only way we can win. I can't identify any other lines that make sense at the moment. Unless the only other thing that makes what I'm doing bad is if those are not counters and they are maybe just vanishing verses, because then those can't kill Faceless Havens. That could also be why they weren't casting them. And then they got rid of our big 7/7 giant because that's the only thing they could kill with them. Or at least the only thing we've played that they can kill with them. It's like, that might be it. Oh, Shatter Skull Charger. What do you mean to things? I don't know what you mean at all. I mean, I guess we play it because it has trample. So even if they block, I mean, they have to kill it. So, sure. Might as well pay kicker. So if they don't, it stays on the field so we can at least, during our upkeep, kill them with the Quakebringers in the graveyard. I mean, I don't know what else we do here. All right. So they don't have a thing that counters creatures. They do have something that's an instant because it paused. Oh, this is so hard to figure out. So is it a removal and something? Because if so, now we can fire off the Shatter Skull Charger or Smashing and try to kill Lolth and the Professor. I guess we just attack. I mean, let's see what they've got. Another Vanishing Verse. Oh, it wasn't even that. What? Okay, we're gonna go first. We'll keep this. It's kind of like the best we can hope for, other than one of these being one of the Fertel guys, the Quake Bringers. All right, let's see what we can do. Hopefully we'll draw some things we can cast. That is not a thing we're worried about. Okay, well, that's not good. That's not good. We're gonna play against this again. Okay, so be it. People don't want to have fun. Okay, sciences it is. I think we'll go ahead and kill a creature here. Make a treasure. Just before they get another land so they can't deadly dispute with after we target it. Oh, they wouldn't be able to anyway. They played a land for the turn. It's only turn 3. For some reason, I was thinking we were on the draw or on the play. I don't know if I actually want to Quakebringer or, I mean, just play this. I mean, we could also just get in for 4, but I don't think we want to do that. I think we're just going to do this. And then that'll give us some options if we want to do something after a Battle of Frost and Fire, potentially. Unfortunately, they already found their Faceless Haven, so that's no good for us. I guess we just take the 1. I think we're just going to draw and make a treasure. Well, I guess Calamity Bearer will be one of them. What is the other one? Battle of Frost and Fire is actually not bad because it does let us wipe out planeswalkers and stuff with a little bit of help. And it does scribe pretty deep, so I don't necessarily want to give that up if we don't have to. But it may still be the right play. Man, do we just give up 2 Calamity Bears? That feels kind of bad. Man, I don't even know. I really don't. I think I'm gonna give up that, though. That hurts me a little bit. Okay, Deadly Dispute it is. I mean, because no matter what, we really need to lead with the... Well, Yeah. I mean, this is probably just going to get hit with the Vanishing Verse, but... We'd rather that than the Quakebringer, because we need the Quakebringers to go to the graveyard, not be exiled. And they also might straight up just play Kaya and then get rid of it. Oh no, just a Bloodchief's Thirst. Neat. Okay. Well, that's kind of a good sign, right? I mean, I guess this means the opponent doesn't have Vanishing Verses. Because I would think you would just save it, but who knows? Maybe not. Maybe they know, once you saw that there's going to be Quakebringers, and you'd rather want to exile the Quakebringers. Or you have that to get rid of something. Trying to think how critical it is to get that in a graveyard, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to let it get exiled.
Envy the strong. For
okay.
My will cannot be denied.
Creature or Planeswalker. Fantastic. That works perfectly. I would love a card. And it's a land. Yay, us. Alright, pass. Alright, Agar is dead. Sure. Alright, good news is if we get an untapped land, opponent has nothing at all going for him right now. So we can Epiphany, then Shatterskull Charger. Alright. I was just trying to think if there's anything else we wanted to do or do it in a different order, but not really. Just doing a check on colored mana. If there's like some combination we need this to be differently, but it doesn't appear to be. Pay the kicker. We'll attack. I mean, I guess we're still mostly safe because we can still shoot one of those if necessary, so sure. Alright, opponent's just passing. We will shoot one and draw and discard. Draw and discard's a little dangerous here though, because we may give up Quash and need to kill their Planeswalker when they get it out of the yard here. Whereas if we just take 2 or take 4, go to 4, but then we're susceptible to that. It's kind of rough. I think that's what's going to happen here, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess we gotta. I don't love it. But I think that's what's about to happen. Well, all of those kind of function basically the same at this point. Unless there's a Kaya in the yard, but I don't think there is. It's just a Loth. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. Knowing that I could use Frostbite even on the Faceless Haven if it comes to that. Nope. That's exactly it. Alright, Battle of Frost and Fire. That's what we need. Off the top. Come on. Oh, that wasn't even close. Yeah, we're dead so many ways here. Alright. We're not coming back from that one. We'll keep this. Not sure what we're going to do with this, but we have it. All right, let's see if we can find some duders to play. I guess technically you qualify. Do I want the land? Do I not want the land? I kind of do. Sure. I was gonna say, you're gonna foretell something. We're gonna play our guy. We're gonna cast this anyway, so we might as well just reveal it. All right. Question is, can we get our business done before the opponent starts dropping dragons? This is going to make our next giant -2. So if we can find a 5-mana giant, we'd still be able to play it next turn. A 4-mana giant. So we actually have to do it like this. So in case we find something that needs double red, we can just play the Shatter Skull Smashing. Well, this'll do. Pay 3. Play a giant. Attack for 6. Alright. What's your play, opponent? As long as it's not Draconic Intervention, we might be okay. It was not a Draconic Intervention, so we might be okay. Would you like to counter this? No. Ooh, another Calamity Bear, huh? No way this is gonna happen, but I'm gonna try anyway for the memes. I mean, they're dead anyway, because these are lethal that are on the board. Yeah, because that's already 12, so. Alright. So mulligan away. Okay, okay. This, I can at least see where we're going with this. I think it's a keep and get rid of Agar. I think. Okay. Interesting that our first lane we pulled was the mountain. And they decided to foretell something, no surprise. Well, with this hand, I don't think we beat anything, y'all. I think we're just moving to the next game. Oh, the opponent's digging already. So I guess that's kind of a good sign for us. That their hand... I don't know, maybe it's bad. Maybe their hand's loaded, but they just need land to wreck our face, you know? Oh, they bottomed both even. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Well, sadly, we can't cast anything. So I'm pretty sure that's the beginning of the end. Because even if we get blue now, they're probably going to have a foretold saw it coming. So we're not even going to resolve what we want. And it's going to get real ugly. Won't be able to attack with Faceless Haven for fear of a Frostbite. But maybe they don't. I was going to say, maybe they just don't have mana. But no, they have plenty. I wonder what's up. I wonder if they just had too much land or what the deal was. All right, we'll try one of these. Maybe gets counter. I mean, I don't. The problem is here. Even if they just play a dragon, I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, we'll just die to it. Considering we're casting our first spell on turn 4, that's I don't think you beat any deck casting your first spell on turn 4, especially when it's a 2-mana spell. At least if we were casting Calamity Bearer, that would be somewhat threatening. Oh my gosh. Sure. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know what we do with this. I mean, we can kill a dragon at the expense of giving him 2 treasure. But I'm pretty sure we just die at that point. Yeah, having the opponent with that much mana, I'm willing to move on. We had a pretty terrible hand. I'm not even. Alrighty, we'll keep this and see what we can do with it. Okay, this is a reasonable start for us. Not good, not bad. Sadly, it's probably not worth it for us to kill the innkeeper. So we're probably just going to do this. I mean, we may not even be able to kill what they play next, but we're going to try our best. So, you know, this kind of changes things a little bit. We're not going to innkeep. I was thinking we might kill the innkeeper, but I'm like, you know what? They have a dragon. There's not much we can do about it. We just have to take the beating. Probably you're going to leave both those just as is. I have a feeling that's what's about to happen here. It's going to be dragon time. It is not dragon time. And then what is this? Prismari command. Well, they can still make a treasure. Yeah. Leave mana up. It'd be good to see what the... Okay, so Epiphany, and so maybe it is just an Epiphany that's over there. Could be a counter. Maybe just Epiphany. Either way, we're going to play this Quakebringer regardless, so it doesn't really change much. And if the Quakebringer goes to our graveyard, we don't really care. We'll just reveal that. Really wish we could deal 2 damage to a thing. Why Wizards didn't want us to be able to hit a creature with that, I have no idea. Because it doesn't feel like it unbalances anything. But yeah, definitely not a counter. So I'm assuming it's an Epiphany. So we're probably going to see that here. Nope. Just foretell something else. Well, this is a little weird. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I mean, I guess we take a chance and play the other one. I mean, I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the risk here of us doing this, but I don't really think there is one. So, sure. I mean, why not? We'll take that, I guess. I have no clue what the opponent's trying to do here. I'm assuming Epiphany, then something. Epiphany, then Dragon? Nope, there's a Magma Opus. They're just cycling. Or turning into treasure. So they got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So they could straight up cast Epiphany. Or I guess they could work their way into another Magma Opus. It's for real, I don't know what they're doing. This doesn't give us that much information. I mean, because this is all blue and red cards, and here they are with like all these green lands and a innkeeper. So I don't know what the hell's happening. I am genuinely perplexed. Let's go Calamity Bearer. I mean, because if there's a counter, you gotta stop or bounce or kill that, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what these other cards are. Like, what scenario? Yeah, all right, we just attack. I mean, if you bounce 1, we shoot you for 3 at the end of the turn. So, I mean, I guess. I mean, the other one's going to deal double. Okay, divide by 0. Legit. They're gonna go get what? So now it's just 2 Foretell cards. One of which I'm assuming is an Epiphany. Granted, you know, assume and all that, but... Got a Pest Summoning. Why did they get a Pest Summoning? I'm gonna foretell this. I mean, we still have access to 3 damage in hand. Or, I guess, maybe 5 if we need it. Alright, opponent makes an Epiphany. Sure. I mean, unless that other card just saw it coming. I mean, we can literally just upkeep and then shoot the opponent for 5. We don't have to do that, because it's going to be 4 from because of the Calamity Bearer. Alright. This is a sweeper? Okay, another Epiphany. Sure. I mean, we're still at a lot of life here, so... Yeah. You do you, opponent. Alright, they're just going to make 2 1/1s that they're going to block. Oh, a Chariot and 2 1s. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that's ball game. They're going to take 4 and then we shoot them for 3. That opponent played a lot of cards to do a whole lot of not much. We'll just take it easy and shoot them. And that'll do it. Huh. So, playable? Yes. Good? That's debatable. I think we're at a situation where the deck is really kind of, at best, like a 50-50 deck. There's just sometimes you're just not going to draw what you need. Like, the deck's probably going to lose more to itself more than anything else just because you just run into those times where your spells are pretty expensive. But if you do like playing Giants, it's at least doable. Would I play it in ranked? Probably not. I don't think it's consistent enough for that. I think it's just fine if you want to play it into the play queue. Maybe you want to knock out some dailies. Maybe you have to cast like however many red spells. You know, it'd be something good for that if you want to do it. But I don't think I'm necessarily laddering with it. The other problem is it's also a bit slow for not really even being a controlled deck, which is kind of strange. But I think that's just the way the card's set up. I think the list overall is fine where we settled on these, the list, you know, we had from the beginning of the video that we used for the last couple of games. I think that's totally okay. But I think it just has a ceiling on its level of success. So unless there's some cool new Giants in the next couple of sets, I think it's just going to be more of the same. Unless maybe we find some cool blue or red cards that make it more efficient or help you find some mana to reduce costs of expensive things. This is kind of just where it's going to be, I think. Now, for today's card spotlight, I was thinking about Giants I kind of missed that I think would be cool to have, and Inferno Titan came to mind. This is one that new players may not know about. It's had a couple of reprints, but it's a 6 mana 6/6, but it does come into play and deal 3 damage, split up however you want between any number of targets, and it has fire breathing, so you can pay a red and make it bigger, and you get to do that every single time you attack. So every time you attack, you get to shoot something for 3. Really good card. I wish we had something like this to back up Giants, and it's a 6/6 body, so it's hard to punch through. But, alas, we have no such thing. But, still a cool card, and if you want to play it in your commander decks, totally viable, and it's not even that expensive to pick up. Probably won't cost you more than a couple bucks. Now don't forget, if you want today's deck list, you will be able to find it down in the description below with links to all of our things, but most importantly, check out our Facebook gaming and Twitch streams, and our Discord. Those links are all down there below. Great places if you want to get deck help, ask questions, anything else. And if you want to come watch me on Facebook, but you don't necessarily want to deal with Facebook, I just recently discovered there's actually a Facebook gaming app, and you can do all the gaming stuff from there and not even have to deal with the rest of Facebook, which is pretty sweet. And finally, if you haven't, please remember, wherever you're watching this, like, subscribe, be a supporter, click the notification bell, all that good stuff. Make sure that you are notified every time I have a video up, and I want to say thank you in advance for your appreciation. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.